Hello K6ers, I am Leandro Melendez. You are watching KSIX News, bringing you the latest roundup of our hottest news for March 2023. Let's jump straight into our K6 OSS news segment to talk about the main changes in the latest release, version 0.43, because we have big news in this release. To start, K6 OSS finally received one of the features that were most demanded by the community. This new syntax will enable working with asynchronous functionality via JavaScript's async and await. You heard it right! K6 now supports the async and await commands. One of them will allow you to request asynchronous HTTP requests using http.async_request to return a promise object, while the other holds the script flow until a promise receives a response. In other words, it awaits a response? Alright, these are huge news, as the lack of await support made using asynchronous functions inconvenient in K6. Now, here is a quick example of how to request it. Let's see. We have our default function ready to receive some code. Let's add let res equal await http.async request and then add a post. The URL application and JSON. Now we define the URL in the code and we are all good. With this, your script will wait until that URL responds. As I mentioned, this is already huge news. But stay tuned, because we plan to introduce more K6 asynchronous APIs in future releases. Or should I say, await for it? Alright. Enough of that. Let's move on. The next fantastic element in this new release is a new experimental module to instrument HTTP requests with tracing data. This is using W3C or Jaeger traces. If you instrument your applications in the same way, you will be able to pinpoint the K6 traces in your observability stack. Again, for this, let's see what do you need. We will be adding the tracing imports as you see here, and then add the tracing instructions right after. Then you add your usual default function and you are all set. This is it. It is that easy. For more information, check the tracing documentation in the links that you'll see in the screen here below. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I am receiving a last-minute report. Some breaking news. It seems like we have some hot fixes coming in, giving us already version 0.43.1. These hot fixes include fixing a panic with the setup code when vu.iteration scenario from K6 execution was used, a wrongly printed internal output ID to the standard out UI, and a synchronization bug. Thank you so much to @iChasePox for reporting the last one. For more information on this hotfix, visit the link below. Whew! But wait, there's more in this news roundup, because we are bringing a new segment in this episode. Yeah, a totally brand new segment in KSIX News. The segment is the Worldwide Browser News segment, courtesy of our correspondent, Marie Cruz. She comes today with some exciting news from the web browser world. So let's go with her. Hola Marie, what's going on with the worldwide browsers nowadays?
Hola Leandro and hello K6ers! We have some exciting updates from the worldwide browser news. This K6 OSS release brings a huge addition. Remember XK6 Browser, our extension that adds browser-level APIs to enable browser automation and front-end performance? Well, it's now bundled in K6, although an experimental module for now. This means though that you no longer need to create a custom binary of K6 or use a separate command to run the XK6 browser test. Now, you can do it from the OSS version of K6 Core. Also, as Leandro mentioned earlier, version 0.43 now natively supports async and await syntax. Asynchronous operations like visiting a web page will now use this syntax going forward. By merging XK6 browser into K6 Core, our users can now natively run browser-level tests as part of their existing K6 scripts. This means that it's much more simpler, easier to understand, easier to maintain, and much closer to providing this hybrid approach to performance testing. We could have a special browser report on this alone, but that's really all the time I have. So if you want to know more why we merged XK6 browser to K6 Core and what's the migration plan in terms of your existing browser test, then check out our announcement blog post for the browser module by clicking the link down below. To close it off, since it's no longer an extension, we're also going to stop calling it XK6 browser. Going forward, it's now K6 browser. That's right, new name and everything. So I hope you K6ers have lots of fun now interacting with the browser, or should I say K6 browser. That's all from me. Back to you, Leandro.
Thank you very much, Marie. Wow, this release has all sorts of massive announcements, isn't it? And speaking of, let's get on with more news, as we have many more announcements for you this time. First, for K6 Operator. So, the K6 Operator. It is a Kubernetes operator for running distributed K6 tests. It has received some love these days. We've finally started resolving issues with the infamous idempotency issue number 138. For the ones that do not know idempotency, take a look here. Alright, now that you know what has been fixed, we had significant improvements, like support for simultaneous test executions without cloud input. Thanks to @IvanApe for that. Other improvements include new features such as env-form, image pull policy, and image pull secrets, or integration with the distributed application runtime, the APR project, and some bug fixes, more documentation, and many more things. For a complete list of features and fixes, check out the links below again, or watch K6 Office Hours number 72, which provides a demonstration of the K6 operator that you can run locally as well. So many things, right? Well, hold on to your seats as we are bringing another segment in this episode. Yeah, many new segments. Are you ready? All right, bring it on! That's right! Recently, K6 announced our Champions program, aimed at recognizing experts within our community, amplifying their contributions, and partnering them with the K6 team. There are several benefits to become a champion. Are you interested in becoming one? Or do you know someone super passionate about K6? Check the benefits and requirements in the link below and reach out to us. We will be so happy to add you to the roster of champions that we have already in the program. You may already know some of them. Awesome K6ers in our champion list, such as John Hill, Carlos Gauto, José Luis Latorre, Christoph Widera, José Wenceslao Castillo, Anisbet Suárez Batista, Jaswant Manigundan, Enes Kun, Ioannis Papadakis, and Yusuf Taiman. Stay tuned into what these champions will be generating. And again, if you have what it takes to become a champion, let us know. As in this segment, we will be bringing you updates on what they are up to. So stay tuned, and well, now it's time for the ramp down of this show. If you want to know more details about the news presented today, please go to the link below to read the newsletter in full detail. And for more content from K6, as usual, make sure to check our K6 Office Hours, our ongoing blog posts, video explanations, and some big surprises coming soon. Stay tuned! And with that, we have reached the end of tonight's report. That will be it for all of us here at KSIX News. I am Leandro Melendez. You stay classy, K6! Hey, what are you doing there? What do we have here? What is that information that you are putting in there? Did you receive a secret message? Okay, let's read the secret message that you have there. Things are gonna get good. Stay tuned.